All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brandon. This is Luke.
What's up?
And you're on the Be West Builds YouTube channel. So let's do another shop talk episode. We'll give you some project updates here real quick and kind of tell you what's been going on. So Luke, you want me to go first? You want me to tell them what's been going on, or?
Yeah, you first.
Okay.
You're the host.
Oh yeah. Well, anyways, we have been making progress on the 73 Mach 1 right here. I know you haven't seen a whole lot of content on it. We've just been really trying to get stuff done. I know that's not really productive to a YouTube channel to not make content on things, but I have just been trying to grind some stuff out, get it done. I know you can't really see, but I did another weld on this panel to make it flatter where the seam was, and I have put self-etching primer over it, and I'm starting to put fiberglass filler on the seam. So I know it doesn't look like much right now, but a couple layers of fiberglass filler on it, and it's gonna look a lot better. So Luke and I painted the whole underneath of the car one Saturday. He came over, we busted that out. Man, we were nasty after we got done with that. But probably 90 to 95% of the underneath of the car is painted. There are a few spots that need touched up, but it is looking good. You need to go back and undercoat a couple places, where there's going to be more abrasion from the road, things like that. But otherwise, we're looking good. I've been working on brake lines, master cylinder.
You got the shifter in, didn't you?
I got the shifter in. It has a shifter and it's adjusted, so it's one step closer to getting a drive shaft in it. So
yeah,
just need something to stop it now.
Yeah, need some brakes so we can click back and forth.
Yep.
And
yeah, we need to be able to put it into gear and actually be able to hold the car steady. So that's the next thing I'm working on. But
and we also got brave enough to get the hood down from up in your loft.
We did get the hood down. That thing had been up there for, I'm gonna say, at least 6 to 7 years.
Well, almost as soon as you brought it over here.
Okay, maybe 8 years. Sorry, I was trying to be a little bit conservative on that estimate there.
I mean, it survived a lot, like not just time and dust, but roof damage.
Yeah, it survived my roof being damaged and then repaired, and it was fine. We blew the dust off of it, wiped the dust off of it, and it's good to go. I mean, it looks the same as it did. So
well, it was totally different color.
Yeah,
it was like tan from all the dust.
It had real vintage barn dust on it. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on my projects. Luke's gonna give you a quick update on his stuff. Not that it's gonna be quick because he's had a lot going on.
Well, so last time we checked in on Tammy on Shop Talk, I believe we just decided to shift gears and start deciding on how we're going to build our new 351 Windsor. Good news is I found a reputable shop closer than I had anticipated. A lot of our older guys have either retired, moved on, passed away, decided, hey, we only do head work, we only do cranks and cams.
Yeah,
nobody really close by did machine work on engine blocks.
Yeah, we only want to do the stuff we want to do because we're old and we're grouchy and yeah. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
Found a shop, dropped it off. Didn't ask a price, just told them like, hey, I've had good reviews with you, just, talking back and forth. I really like the questions you asked me, not just the questions I've asked you, the answers I've got back. Hopefully here in the next week or two, I'll hear back from him on the MagnaFlux check for cracks on the block, make sure it's good to go before we start spending money on rebuilding it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been liquidating a few parts to raise some funds. We're going to have a pretty hefty engine build price on this budget. So we got to not only work harder at work, but we got to let some things go that we decided we just don't need anymore. We're going to go in a different direction. Actually, today I just sold the engine that came out of Tammy. Made some decent money off of it, so definitely going to go in the pot to forward our advancement. Um, just a couple days ago, Brandon came over. Sorry we didn't take any pictures or videos. That's, we're just kind of in the moment, but finished some engine-based stuff on Tammy. Tried to detangle some wires, from our squirrel's nest, rat's nest. Definitely cleaned it up, made it look better. We still have a long way to go on it. We'll have to decide and test and see what's actually functionable, what's supposed to be there, what's not supposed to be there. But definitely figured a lot of the easy stuff out to just get it out of the way, just out.
Yeah. Wire deletion was necessary on a lot of those circuits. A lot of stuff's not needed that they had put in there. So
we were unsuccessful with getting the drive shaft out because I lacked the proper sockets to get it off. That's my bad. But we did get the exhaust out, the big 3-inch exhaust.
Yeah, 3-inch with the not MagnaFlows, Flowmaster, excuse me.
Big pipes.
Yeah, big Flowmasters with dumps. So that'll sound good when we get that back on there. Hopefully.
Other than that, I just told Brandon I might have a lead on some radio parts for Roxy, our red Mustang that we've got. Just little touches here and there. Other than that, we did some work on my daily driver, my Honda. That was exciting. Brandon's never done a valve curve job on it. And when I showed him how easy it was to replace the distributor seal, he just that's it? That's all it took? There's only 3 bolts. Take the cap off, take the distributor off, and just replace the seal. Back on it goes. There's nothing in the way.
It's a no wonder their cars last 200,000-300,000 miles. I mean, there's nothing to them,
Did a very mild tune-up. We didn't replace the cap and rotor or the spark plug wires. But the spark plugs themselves, after 86,000 miles on copper plugs, had twice as much gap between the electrode as it needed. And I'm really surprised that I didn't have a shudder or a misfire. But actually, now that we've done the job, I feel like it actually runs better. Hard to say because I never really thought I had a problem to begin with.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that's really about all I've got.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much up to speed on what we've been working on. Especially just in the last, I'd say, month and a half. Really. So, what we want to talk about today, not just project updates, but really. And I kind of just brainstormed this a few weeks ago, was not only in this area, but really nationwide. And I guess you could even go international too, if you really wanted to, because obviously car culture is everywhere. But really the thing I wanted to touch on was how the not really car community, but the automotive shows, automotive sector has changed since, I'm gonna say, mid 2000s, because honestly, before mid 2000s, Luke and I obviously have been into cars for a long time. However, that's really the point at where we're old enough to start recognizing certain things, oh, that's a Mustang, or oh, that's a whatever. You kind of, before that, you really don't have a frame of reference of what certain things are. So right. From that point, I guess, until modern day 2025, what's changed, what's different. I have a lot of points that I want to make that are different. It's just one of the things I'll start out with saying, and Lucas can lead off this too, is, for instance, my dad and I used to drive around, all right, go to town on Saturday, Sunday, what have you, and drive around. If we saw a hot rod, a muscle car, a classic car driving around, we broke our freaking necks, especially Dad, because
something shiny, something loud, or
right.
you know, acting a fool.
Right. You did not see that. I'm gonna say from like early to mid 2000s till like 2010, 11, 12, kind of in that era, between those two periods, you didn't really see a whole lot. I mean, you did if there was a show going on, or if there was an event or something. If there was Corvette Fun Fest in Effingham, Illinois, you saw a million Corvettes. You know, like, oh look, another Corvette.
Like my grandpa was into air-cooled VWs. We had a parade version of a Volkswagen thing.
Yeah.
It didn't look like any other thing out there.
The Kugelwagen.
What? It was white with blue trim, and it had a blue and white canvas top. You just don't see the parade versions of those cars.
I've seen a lot of orange ones and yellow ones of those for some reason. I don't know why people wanted to paint them bright colors.
But see, these didn't have doors. It was just open
just
cabinet.
A tub, like just a shell. Nice. I didn't realize that. So if you don't know what that is, go look up a Volkswagen thing or Kugelwagen if you want the German version of it, but that's essentially what it was.
But I mean, my grandma had a VW Rabbit diesel.
Yeah.
My grandpa at one time had a red VW Bug. Like, just No, he loved his 1992 Dodge Dakota.
I remember
the square
that Dakota.
bodies. I swear he probably had 5 different ones over the course of 30 years until he finally passed away. He had one no matter what. He loved those things, and I don't know why. They were just, I don't know.
But seeing a car out, I guess, in normal, like, I'll call it in normal traffic. I think that's terminology now. Like, oh, that's normal traffic, or that's not. But seeing it now is kind of normal. Cruises have came back around a lot.
Thank God.
Meetups have came back around, especially a lot in the younger generation. Now, I'm not talking about a takeover. I'm not talking about that shit, because that's stupid. All right? This isn't a children's program, so it's okay. That's stupid. We don't support that at all. But just in general, like, that was a neck-breaking experience, I'll call it, back then, because of just the rarity of it.
Well, and like to your point of seeing things out in public, colors. Colors.
Yes.
There for a while between the late 2000s and the mid-teens, colors kind of went away. And even now, the main color now, which I always thought back then it was kind of cool, there's a lot of gray tones.
Earth tones.
There's a lot of white tones.
Browns,
very neutral colors.
White, They're colors of appliances.
But between the late 2000s and 2015, there was a lot less high-impact colors.
Right.
And then all of a sudden that changed. You know, the Chevy Camaros had the really dark green, or even the neon green colors. Like, they start going out. Charger Challengers started bringing back the high impact Scat Pack colors.
Thank God for SRT.
I mean, yes, Yellow Jacket's cool, that's fine, but I mean, like, so they brought back so many different colors.
Right.
And Ford was in on it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But to your point again, even though those are now around, the public in general is so okay with earth tones and neutral colors that even my mother's like, I want a blue car. Do you realize how hard it is to find a blue car?
You can find a black one, a white one, a brown one, a gray one, a silver one.
What color gray? Light gray, medium gray, dark gray? Like,
all of the grays.
All the grays. And, you know, she likes not chrome wheels. She likes the nice silver or natural color wheels.
Yeah, poly.
Black. She hates black.
Yeah.
I'm okay with black. You're okay with black.
I'm okay with black.
But it has to fit the color.
It does. It has to fit the car. That's a whole nother shop talk episode right there. Wheels that fit the car. Right. Your car can be a complete
fit the car and fit
out,
the color scheme.
Yes, your car can be a clapped out piece of shit. But man, if you got fucking wheels that fit it and look damn good on it and like lower it a little bit, But anyway.
Okay, so to go away from everyday driver, my point to add to this lecture is back when I was a kid, a point of reference, aside from seeing out in public, is being a small child and going to an older cousin's bedroom and seeing a Ferrari F40 supercar on the wall.
Yeah.
You know what kids have nowadays?
F40 poster. What's
You
that?
know what kids have nowadays?
What's that?
And your son's going to be one of them.
Tesla's probably, or some
No.
stupid shit like that.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, yeah. Yeah. It's like that.
It's nostalgia. They get cars.
It is nostalgia.
But it doesn't transfer from the poster to real life.
Right. Or
whereas for us, it was totally opposite. It was cars that were unattainable.
Yes.
But beautiful.
Right. Like do you remember the Scholastic Book Fair? Like they had like the neon backlit poster of the
posters and erasers. I walked away with no books.
Yeah. Like car posters. Yeah. I mean, that was just something.
Car notebooks.
Yes.
I had notebooks for class.
Yep. That was a real thing. And I mean, Lucas brings up a good point. I mean, like, it's funny that people make the joke. I'm sure you've seen it on the internet. Like, oh, you're into cars. It had to be a red talking race car, an orange Supra, like it from Fast and Furious. Like, it had to be one of those things. And it's like,
right.
Yes, but if you were born like in the 90s, yeah, you probably watched Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. I remember the first time I saw, the Eleanor car, the 67 GT500, the body kit on it. I didn't know what to think of it. I liked it. I was gravitated towards it, but I'm just like, what is this thing? I don't know what it is, but I love it. Orange Supra, Dom's Black Charger, like it just the fucking green Eclipse from the beginning of the movie, like it just.
Or to go back even further, Blues Brothers with the with the Dodge police car,
the fucking Dodge Monaco. Yes.
It just it's not beautiful, but it's a recognizable car.
Right.
The chase scenes with all the car wrecks in the
cars
middle of Chicago.
Flipping over, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Or better yet, keeping the theme with the 80s movies, let's go Ferris Bueller with the Ferrari.
Yep.
It's like
with the Ferrari. Hell yeah. I mean, it's just a generational thing, and that just kind of ties it all together as far as like, no matter how you get into cars, you get into them one way or another. And honestly, if it has to be Lightning McQueen, I'm cool with that. If it has to be buying your kid a Hot Wheels car, fine. Whatever.
I support the king, by the way.
Yeah. It's just, it's changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
And,
Well, even before we got on camera, you did bring up a valid point for this subject of how not just cars, but car knowledge, and how we grew up with paper.
Right.
It was all on paper.
Right.
The internet was a thing, dial-up, yeah. I mean, even when we were in junior high, high school, internet got better.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube was definitely a thing.
Right.
But not in the sense of repairs and to get into cars.
Right.
I mean, I was telling Brandon, I grew up on Chilton manuals, and my dad, not being a master mechanic, but have taken enough things apart. It's like, well, only so many things are going to hold this on. Eventually, you got to get it all off. Like,
you take enough bolts off, it'll come off.
and
one way or another.
Something that my teacher, I say teacher, but the person that taught me as a mechanic, the person I looked up to, the key to reassembly is disassembly. Remember how you took it apart, how it came apart, put it back together the same exact way, and watch the things you do, and you got it going.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you learn. But now, I told Brandon that, even now, a lot of people are going to YouTube and Google. And that's not a bad thing.
Hey, chat, how do I put this car back together?
It's not a bad thing to look at those media platforms,
right,
and see, okay, what's the direction of how to go, but don't take it as gospel.
Right.
Just watch it like, oh, hey, that's something I might need to keep an eye out for, or to remember as I do this.
Right. I'm gonna run off something Lucas just said right here to just kind of wrap this video up. At least this segment, because we're gonna do a couple of them, just rapid fire here for you guys.
Part 2.
Part 2 will be coming up. To go off of what Lucas said, I think I think a lot of the age of the internet and the automotive culture and community being more prominent on the internet.
Yeah.
Just to give an example, Cleves McFarland. He was a kid in high school working for 1320 Video, and Kyle Loftus, he took videos for him. He's like, hey, I want to film your street races. Look at him now. I mean, he's a, huge, famous YouTuber. I mean, he does influencer. Sure. He does a lot of good stuff for the community. That's great.
But he's in NASCAR now.
Yes, yeah, he's doing the
official races.
Yeah,
like he's legitimate.
Right, he's doing the ARCA series races. Doing all sorts of stuff. The thing that I wanted to touch on was I think that just it being more prevalent now and with the younger generations of people, and I hate to even say younger generations because a lot of people are on the internet now, have access to the internet, and I think just seeing that and being able to put the word out there, hey, there's shows, hey, there's cruise-ins, hey, there's get-togethers, it's bringing a lot of people out of the woodwork that like I said, in that early 2000s to early 2010s, they didn't get their car out. They didn't drive their car. They didn't do anything with it. It sat in a barn or sat in a garage, and I could go on and on and on about the reasons why people are now more apt to drive their cars. But bringing cruise nights back, bringing all that stuff around is just getting the community together, getting guys like us talking to guys that are 70 and 80 years old, and they're like, man, it's awesome that you're into this. It's like, man, I just want to tell me a story or tell me, we think that stuff's cool. And I think they're kind of bewildered by it a little bit because they're like, oh, some punk ass kid, but it's no, we're not. We want to know.
But at the same time,
we want to be knowledgeable about that stuff.
But at the same time, it's also helped drumming up interest with the younger groups.
Right.
I say younger because we're 33 and 32. The next people behind us.
Right. We're talking about
we're already talking about people that are 1-2 generations in car culture ahead of us.
Right.
What about the people behind us?
Right.
How do we get them to follow in and not only, believe in what we believe, but also bring in their flavor? How do we get a fresh mix?
Right. But I think the social media thing has a good hold on that, honestly, because I know a lot of the automotive influencers, they're not going anywhere. They're not dropping off the map. But I think that's a lot of their intent too, because like you brought up Cleves McFarland with NASCAR, within the last, I think 5 years, it has seen the most decline in fans in ever, since it started. And it's hey, we've got to get people like this in here. So to get young people in to watch it. And it's working, but it's
and within the last 2 years, F1 was kind of this boundary race group. And within the last couple of years, now it's in the forefront. We're seeing more races in the U.S. We're seeing larger groups, kind of like people that root for British and German soccer. It's it's kind of this one group, and now it's starting to get a following.
Right.
Now we have American soccer, not just football, but soccer is car culture is starting to pick up, but it's trying to figure its own way through.
Right. I agree with that. I think that, stuff can get too crazy. For example, takeovers, things like that. But I think that there's just that sweet spot as far as the local level stuff, which honestly for around here, and I think Lucas will agree, South Central Illinois area is really good. I think it's, we do plan to travel for some stuff. There's some Tennessee stuff that we want to do. There's some, I'd like to go to Bowling Green. I'd like to do the Ford Holly Ford Fest.
Yeah.
Love to do that, things like that. But I mean, on a local level, our
or Ponies in the Smokies, but that's in March. And from what I've seen on Facebook in the last couple of days, a lot of the positions to not just be judged, but they have a few parking lots of just show cars. Just show up. I want to show off my car.
Right.
They're almost sold out.
Wow.
Just Fox bodies.
You got to be on top of this stuff.
It's like, wow.
Oh man, one of these years, Luke and I are gonna make it out to like duct tape drags out in Tucson, Arizona. But that is probably gonna be at least a few years from now. But we will make it out there at some point, and I'm sure you'll see that right here on the Be West Builds YouTube channel, guys. Stay tuned for part 2. Luke and I are going to keep talking about this, kind of evolve from what we were talking about. We're going to go on to some more stuff. So guys, stay tuned right here to Be West Builds, and we'll see you next time.